welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Or, I might show up at your door. I'm just here to share some creepy stories, so sit back and enjoy. Disclaimer: the content presented in the video is purely for entertainment purposes only. The theories and stories discussed in this video are speculative and are not supported by any evidence or proof. Viewer discretion is advised. The alert comes through at exactly 2:33 a.m. My phone buzzes against the nightstand, screen flashing. Emergency alert. Stay out of the barn. Do not investigate. I squint at it, half awake, brain still catching up. Must be a test or a mistake. Rural areas like ours don't get real emergencies. Just the occasional flood warning or tornado drill. Nothing like this. I glance out the window. The moon is high, spilling silver over the fields. The barn sits at the edge of the property, a black silhouette against the trees. The doors are shut. Everything looks normal. I roll over, dismissing the notification. The bed is warm, and sleep is pulling me under again. Then I hear it, a low, distant sound, like wind pushing through wood. But the night is still. No rustling leaves, no shifting branches. Just that sound. I sit up. It's coming from outside, from the barn. 2:45 a.m. movement. I slip on my boots, grab my flashlight. Stupid, I know. The alert said not to investigate. But that's exactly why I need to. Someone's messing around, maybe kids, maybe some drunk local testing how much nonsense people will believe. The night air is cold, heavy with the smell of damp earth. I step onto the porch, scanning the field. My flashlight beam cuts through the dark, illuminating patches of tall grass and rusted fencing. The barn looms ahead, its old wooden planks shifting in the wind. Except there is no wind. The night is dead silent. No crickets, no owls, just the deep, pressing quiet. Then the movement starts, a flicker of motion behind the barn doors, a shadow shifting inside. I freeze. Someone's in there. 2:52 a.m., the first sign. I move slowly, one step at a time, boots crunching against dirt. My heart pounds in my ears. The closer I get, the stronger the feeling, like the air itself is pressing against me, thick and unnatural. The barn doors are shut, but something feels off. The wood looks darker than usual, sweating almost like moisture is seeping from the inside. I raise my flashlight, pressing a hand against the door. It's warm. That doesn't make sense. It's cold outside. The barn isn't heated. Inside, something shifts again. Soft. Bit. A slow, dragging sound. I take a step back. Maybe I shouldn't. A whisper cuts through the silence. Comes from inside the barn. Help me. I stop breathing. The voice is familiar. Sounds like me. 3:04 a.m. The call. I stumble back, nearly dropping the flashlight. The barn looms in front of me, still and silent. But the voice, that was my voice. I fumble for my phone, hands shaking. Dial the sheriff's number. The line rings twice before a tired voice answers. Sheriff Langley, there's someone in my barn. My voice is too tight, too fast. I try to steady it. They're trapped. I heard them. Pause. Then, that's so. I blink. His tone is wrong. Too calm. You get the alert? He asks. I glance at my phone again. The emergency warning still lingers on the screen. Yeah, I say. Then go inside and see. I freeze. What? Go check, he says again. Same calm, flat tone. You just said someone's trapped, didn't you? My throat tightens. Something's wrong. I turn my head, stare at the barn. Sits there, dark and motionless. Waiting. Langley exhales through the phone. Listen, son. Get back inside your house. Lock your doors. If you hear anything you didn't understand. But click. The line goes dead. 3:15 a.m. The light. I back away from the barn, walking fast, trying to shake the feeling that something is watching. Halfway across the field, I hear it again. My voice, whispering, help me. I don't look back. I don't breathe. I make it to the porch, slam the door behind me, lock it. My chest is tight, lungs burning. I stand there for a long time, staring out the window. The barn is still, a black shape against the trees. Then a light flickers on inside, a single swaying bulb. The barn doesn't have power. 3:30 a.m., the last warning. I don't sleep. I sit at the window gripping the phone. The emergency alert still burns on the screen. Then, at 3:33 a.m., my phone vibrates again. Emergency alert. Stay out of the barn. Do not respond. Do not trust what you hear. I stare at it. My pulse thuds against my skull. Outside, the barn door creaks open, and something steps out. It looks like me. The thing that looks like me stands in the open doorway of the barn. I don't move. I don't breathe. My flashlight is still clutched in my hand, beam shaking across the field. The figure just stands there, backlit by the flickering light inside the barn. Its posture is wrong, too stiff, too still. Then it tilts its head, like it's trying to figure me out. The night presses in around me, thick and suffocating. My body screams to run, but I can't. My legs are locked. My brain is fighting against itself, trying to rationalize what I'm seeing. Maybe it's a trick of the light. Maybe I'm overtired. Maybe. Then it takes a step forward, and I see its face. 3:34 a.m., not me. It's me, but not. The features are identical. Same short-cropped hair, same 5 o'clock shadow, same old flannel I threw on before coming outside. But the eyes are wrong. They're too dark, too deep, like there's nothing inside them. Just two pits of black, reflecting the pale glow of the barn light. And then it smiles. The expression stretches too wide, like it's trying to mimic a human emotion but doesn't quite understand how. My stomach drops. It raises one hand, my hand, and waves. Slow, mechanical. I finally move, stumble backward, nearly tripping over the porch steps. The thing doesn't react, just keeps watching. The barn light flickers. For a second, the field plunges into darkness. When the light comes back, the figure is gone. 3:40 a.m., the call for help. I lunge for the front door, locking it behind me. My breath is coming fast, my hands slick with sweat. I grab my phone, dialing the sheriff's office again. The phone rings once, twice, then a voice answers. Langley, S. Sheriff? I stammer, pressing my back against the door. I saw something out by the barn. What did I tell you? His voice is calm, too calm. I swallow hard. This isn't normal, Sheriff. Was it you? The question catches me off guard. What? Was it you out there? I don't know how to respond. My pulse is pounding in my ears. Langley exhales. You still at home? Yeah, I whisper. Then stay there. A brief pause. We just got another call. Over at the old Hansen place. Same thing. My stomach knots. Same. Someone went into the barn. Now they're gone. I grip the phone tighter. Who? Langley doesn't answer right away. When he finally speaks, his voice is quieter. Frankie Mendez, farmhand. Kid was working the night shift. His boss saw him go in. Never came out. The walls feel like they're closing in. I press a hand to my forehead, trying to steady myself. Langley clears his throat. I'm heading over there now. Stay put. Wait. Click. The line goes dead. 3:45 a.m. The drive to Hansen's farm. I don't listen. I can't just sit here. Not after what I saw. I grab my keys and head to the truck. The drive to Hansen's farm is short, less than 10 minutes, but it feels like an eternity. The whole time, I keep glancing at the barns along the road. The dark shapes standing against the fields. Some of them have their doors open. Some of them have lights on inside. A few times I think I see movement, but I don't stop. I keep driving. 3:55 a.m., Hansen's barn. When I pull up to Hansen's property, the sheriff's cruiser is already there. Langley stands near the barn, talking to Mr. Hansen. The old farmer looks pale, gripping a shotgun in both hands. I step out of the truck, but Langley sees me before I can get close. Turn around, he calls out. I ignore him. What happened? I ask, approaching the barn. Langley blocks my path. Didn't I tell you to stay home? I glance past him. The barn doors are open. A sickly yellow light spills out. The air feels thick, wrong. Hansen clears his throat. His voice is hoarse. I saw him go in. Frankie went to grab something from the loft. His grip tightens on the shotgun. Then I heard something else. What do you mean? Asked. Hansen swallows hard. I heard two voices, but only one Frankie. The words send a chill through me. Langley shakes his head. Damn fool went in after him. By the time I got here, he was gone. I stare at the dark opening of the barn. Feels like it's watching. What do we do? Ask. Langley doesn't answer. He just pulls out his revolver. 4 a.m. Going inside. Langley gestures to Hansen. Stay out here. If you see anything come out that isn't us, you shoot. Hansen nods stiffly. I look at Langley. We're going in? He doesn't look at me. We have to. I don't argue. Even though every inch of my body is screaming no. We step forward. Cross the threshold. The air inside is thick, humid. The flashlight beam barely cuts through it. I can see the dust floating, like the barn is breathing. Langley moves ahead of me, gun raised. Frankie! His voice barely carries. Silence, then a soft, wet sound. We both freeze. It's coming from above us. I raise the flashlight toward the loft. The beam trembles over the wooden slats, over the dark shape crouched there. A shape that looks exactly like Frankie. For a moment, everything is still. Then it smiles, not like a person, like a thing wearing a person's skin. Then it moves. 4:03 a.m. Run. The shape drops from the loft. The barn explodes with sound, thudding footsteps, the crack of splintering wood. Langley fires, but the shot barely slows it down. I don't even see where it goes, just a blur of movement too fast. The doors. We need to get to the doors. Langley grabs my arm, yanking me toward the exit. We burst outside, stumbling into the cold night air. Hansen is already raising his shotgun, but there's nothing behind us. The barn is empty. The light inside flickers once, then goes out. I don't speak. I don't move. I just listen. Somewhere, out in the dark, something is laughing. The laughter is wrong. It sounds almost human. Almost. But there's something beneath it. Something wet and guttural, like a throat not made for speaking is trying anyway. Then it stops. The silence that follows is worse. Langley's grip is tight on my arm. My pulse is hammering so hard I feel it in my skull. Hansen keeps his shotgun raised, eyes darting across the darkened field. But there's nothing. No movement. No wind. No sound. Just the barn empty now. And the thing that isn't Frankie somewhere out there. Watching. Waiting. 4:05 a.m. Unfinished business. Langley exhales, slow. Holsters his revolver. We're leaving. Hansen stiffens. What? You're just gonna... We're leaving. His voice is sharp this time. Hansen glares. My farmhand is missing. Langley doesn't answer. He just looks at the barn. The way his shoulders are set. The way his hand hovers near his gun. I know what he's thinking. We didn't lose Frankie. Something took him, and it's still out there. But Hansen isn't giving up. I'm going in. He takes a step toward the barn. Langley catches his arm. No. You're not. Hansen tries to yank free, but Langley holds tight. Damn it, Sheriff. Think, Bill. Langley's voice is low, urgent. You go in there, you're not coming back out. The words hang in the cold air. Hansen doesn't fight anymore, just breathes. I step back, scanning the fields again. The barn looms behind us, empty and waiting. The moon is too dim, the stars too distant. I feel like we're standing at the edge of something huge, something just beyond human understanding. Then a sound, soft, like footsteps in the dirt. I turn fast, shine my flashlight, and I see it. 4:10 a.m., another one. A figure stands at the tree line, tall, still, too still. For a split second, my brain tries to make sense of it. Maybe it's Frankie. Maybe it's an animal. Maybe it's... Steps forward, and I see its face, or I think I do, because it looks like Hansen, but wrong. It has his height, his build, his clothes, even the shotgun cradled loosely in both hands. But its face is empty, like someone painted it on. and then it smiles. I stagger backward, heart slamming against my ribs. Langley grabs my shoulder. "Get in the truck." I don't argue. Hansen is still staring at the thing wearing his face. His expression is frozen, trapped between recognition and horror. Langley shoves him toward his house. "Inside. Now." Hansen doesn't move. The thing at the trillion raises one hand, Hansen's hand, and it waves, slow, deliberate, like it did before. Langley swears under his breath, grabs Hansen by the collar, drags him toward the house. I stumble toward my truck, fumbling with the keys. The thing at the trillion moves, not like a person, not like anything human. It doesn't walk. It just shifts, and suddenly it's closer. My hands won't stop shaking. I nearly drop the keys trying to unlock the door. Langley shoves Hansen onto the porch, practically kicking the front door shut behind them. The thing doesn't react. It just stands there, watching, waiting, like it has all the time in the world. For 15 a.m., running won't help. I yank the truck door open, slam myself into the driver's seat, and jam the keys into the ignition. The truck roars to life. I throw it into reverse, tires skidding against the dirt. The thing at the trillion moves again. Too fast. Too wrong. I slam the gas, speeding backward down the driveway, gravel flying. The barn vanishes in my mirrors, swallowed by the dark. I don't slow down. Not until I hit the main road. Not until I'm miles away. Even then, my hands won't stop shaking. The image is burned into my skull. The thing that looks like Hansen standing too still, smiling too wide. I know what I saw. I also know nobody's going to believe it. 4:30 a.m., a warning, too late. By the time I make it home, I'm drenched in sweat. I kill the engine, sit in the dark for a long moment. Then I grab my phone. Langley picks up on the first ring. "You see it." His voice is rough. I swallow hard. "Yeah." Pause. "It saw you too." The words make my stomach churn. "What the hell is it?" Langley doesn't answer. Then, "Don't go back to the barn." His voice is flat. No emotion. No explanation. Just a warning. I grip the phone tighter. "Is it only in the barn?" Another silence. Then Langley sighs. "No." I press my fingers against my eyes, trying to force my thoughts into order. "What happens if?" Langley cuts me off. "Go to bed, son." Then he hangs up. 4:45 a.m., a final glimpse. I don't sleep. I sit in my truck, staring out at my own barn, my own fields. The sky is getting lighter. The night is thinning, but the feeling in my gut hasn't left. I step out of the truck, careful, slow. The wind shifts through the trees, carrying the scent of damp earth. And then I see it, at the edge of my field, the figure, standing, waiting. I lift my flashlight, hands trembling, and when the beam lands on its face, it looks like me, and it's smiling. I can't move. The thing in my field, the thing that looks like me, is still standing there, watching, smiling. It doesn't blink, doesn't breathe, just stands. A hollow copy of me staring back. The beam of my flashlight wavers. My breath is shallow, caught somewhere between disbelief and dread. My mind is screaming for an explanation, but there isn't one. This isn't a trick of the light. It isn't me seeing things. It's real, and it's waiting. 5:02 a.m. Do not acknowledge it. I step back toward the truck, slow, deliberate. The thing tilts its head, like it's studying me. My stomach lurches. I don't take my eyes off it. Not yet. If I look away, if I turn my back, no, I keep walking. The gravel crunches under my boots, too loud in the empty morning air. The sky is starting to lighten, a deep gray before dawn. I reach the truck. My hand finds the door handle. I blink, and the thing is gone. A cold wave of nausea rolls through me. My hand tightens around the door, knuckles white. The field is empty now, but I don't believe it. 5:10 a.m., Langley knows. I don't go inside, not yet. Instead, I sit in the truck and dial Langley's number. The line rings, once, twice, 3 times. A click. "Sheriff." His voice is groggy, tired. I glance at my rearview mirror. My reflection stares back. Only me. "I saw it," I whisper. Langley exhales. I hear him sit up, rustling the creak of a bed spring. "Where?" he asks. My throat is dry. My field. Right by the treeline. Langley doesn't speak. I grip the phone tighter. It looked like me, Sheriff. The silence drags. Then, stay inside, Langley says. His voice is too calm. I almost argue, almost demand an explanation, but something in his tone makes my skin crawl, like he's warning me, like he knows. 5:30 a.m. A scrape at the window. I lock every door, every window, close the blinds. I don't turn on the lights. I sit in my kitchen, back to the wall, listening. Nothing. Then a soft scrape against the window. My whole body locks up. It's not the wind, not an animal. The sound is deliberate, slow, a gentle dragging along the glass. I don't look. I can't. Langley's voice echoes in my head. Stay inside. 5:45 a.m. A familiar voice. The scraping stops. Silence. Then, hey, I freeze. The voice is mine. Low. Identical. Coming from the other side of the window. Come outside. My fingers dig into the table. My breath is stuck in my throat. I don't move. Let me in. The voice is calm, almost friendly, like I'm talking to a mirror. I shut my eyes. I don't acknowledge it. 5:50 a.m. A test. A knock at the door. Slow. Measured. I know you're in there. The voice is still mine, still soft. I glance at my phone. 1 bar of signal. I try calling Langley again. It goes straight to voicemail. The knock comes again. Harder. Please. The way it says it, like it's learning. Testing. I squeeze my eyes shut, forcing my breath to slow. Don't react. Don't respond. I won't let it in, but I know it won't leave. 6 a.m. The sky brightens. The night is almost gone. The thing at my door must know it too, because it knocks again. Then silence. I don't move. Minutes pass. I check my phone.
6:12 morgens.
Dawn is breaking. The thing outside is gone, but I don't feel safe. Not yet. Not ever.
6:30 morgens, Langley Arrives.
A truck pulls into my driveway. Langley steps out, looking exhausted. He keeps a hand on his holster, scanning the property. I open the door slowly. His eyes meet mine. It talked to you, didn't it? I nod. Langley's jaw tightens. Did you answer? No. He studies me for a long moment. Then he nods. Good. I step outside, watching as he moves toward the field. Sheriff. He pauses. I hesitate, then ask, what happens if I answer? Langley doesn't look at me, doesn't speak. Then quietly, you don't want to know. And something in his voice tells me he's right. Langley doesn't stay long. After our brief exchange, he walks the perimeter of my property, scanning the treeline with wary eyes. He doesn't say what he's looking for, doesn't tell me what he expects to find. Then he stops, near the edge of the field. He stands there for a long time, shoulders squared, hands resting on his hips. I don't ask. I don't want to know. When he finally turns back to me, his expression is grim. It's gone, he says. I should feel relieved. I don't, because we both know it's coming back. 7:15 a.m. The unwritten laws. Langley follows me inside. He doesn't sit, just stands near the door, arms crossed. How long has this been happening? Ask. His jaw tightens. I already know the answer. For years. Maybe even longer than that. He exhales slowly. There are rules, son. I nod. I figured that much. He watches me for a moment. Then he speaks. 1. Don't go outside at night. 2. If you see something that looks like you, don't acknowledge it. 3. If it speaks, don't answer. 4. If it knocks, don't let it in. His voice is steady, like he's said this 100 times before. Maybe he has. I swallow. What happens if someone breaks the rules? Langley doesn't answer right away. His gaze shifts to the window, where the morning light filters through the blinds. They're not here anymore, he says. A cold weight settles in my stomach. Not dead, not missing, just gone. 7:30 a.m. No reports, no records. I glance at my phone. Still no signal. Langley notices. It won't work, he says. Not right now. I frown. Why? He doesn't answer, just looks at me. A silent warning. I decide not to push it. Instead, I ask, why haven't I heard about this before? His expression darkens. There's nothing to hear. He sits down at my kitchen table, rubbing a hand over his jaw. No police reports. he mutters. No missing persons cases. No news stories. Nothing. Like it never happened. 7:45 a.m. A history erased. Langley sighs. You ever heard about the Hendricks family? He asks. I shake my head. He nods like he expected that. They lived a few miles from here. Had a barn just like yours. One night, the father, Jonas, heard something outside. Langley pauses. I already know where this is going. He saw himself standing by the fence. He continues. Thought someone was messing with him. Yelled at it. Told it to leave. A beat. It answered. The room feels colder. What did it say? Ask. Langley exhales through his nose. Don't know, he admits. No one does. He leans forward, resting his arms on the table. The next morning, the whole family was gone. House locked up.
Barn empty.
No signs of struggle, no signs of a break-in. Just gone. My fingers tighten around the edge of the counter. I don't know what's worse, the idea that they disappeared overnight or the fact that no one ever questioned it. Langley glances at me. You think I'm lying? I shake my head. I believe him. 8 a.m. What the cows saw. Langley doesn't say anything else. He stands, nods once, and heads for the door. But before he leaves, he pauses. Check your cows, he says. Then he's gone. I watch his truck disappear down the dirt road, then let out a slow breath. Check your cows. I don't want to, but I do. 8:30 a.m. The missing one. The morning sun casts long shadows over the field as I make my way toward the pasture. The cows are huddled near the fence. Unusually quiet. I count them twice. One is missing. I scan the field, but there's no sign of it. No broken fence. No tracks leading away. Just gone. Like the Hendricks family. A heavy feeling settles in my chest. I know I won't find it, but I check the barn anyway. 8:45 a.m. Something was here. The barn is quiet. Dust floats in the air, caught in the slanted rays of sunlight. The scent of hay and old wood lingers. Everything looks normal, but it isn't. I step inside, boots creaking on the floorboards. The cows refuse to come near. I feel it before I see it. That heavy, oppressive stillness. Then a set of hoof prints in the dirt, leading inside, but no prints leading out. I swallow hard, turn slowly, look at the far corner of the barn, and freeze. 8:50 a.m. The reflection that shouldn't be. There's an old, broken mirror leaning against the wall. A long, cracked piece of glass. My reflection stares back. Only, it isn't me. The moment I register it, my stomach drops. The reflection doesn't match. I'm standing still, but my reflection moves, tilts its head, smiles. A cold sweat breaks across my skin. My feet refuse to move. The reflection raises a hand. I don't. It waves. A slow, deliberate motion, like it's saying goodbye, or maybe like it's saying hello. 8:55 a.m. It's still here. I stumble back. The mirror shifts. Dust falls from the frame. The reflection laughs, but there's no sound. I tear my gaze away, heart pounding. I need to get out now. I take one last glance at the hoof prints in the dirt. They lead straight to the mirror. And stop. The missing cow. It didn't leave. It went through. I don't wait to understand what that means. I turn and sprint out of the barn, slamming the doors shut behind me. 9 a.m. A final warning. I don't know how long I stand outside, gasping for breath. The morning sun feels too bright, too warm, like it's mocking me. I pull out my phone. There's a text from Langley. Don't go back in the barn. Not tonight. Not ever. I swallow hard, because now I know. The thing in the mirror, it isn't done with me yet. Langley's text lingers on my screen. Don't go back in the barn. Not tonight. Not ever. The weight of it settles deep in my chest. I glance back at the barn. The doors are shut, but that doesn't make me feel safer, because now I know. The thing inside isn't gone, and worse, it knows I saw it. 9:10 a.m. The cows won't go near. I try to go about my morning chores. Anything to push the memory of that reflection out of my mind. I grab a bucket of feed and head toward the pasture, but the cows won't come. They stay clustered at the far end of the field, their bodies pressed together. Eyes wide, ears flicking back, nervous. I shake the bucket. Come on now. Nothing. They don't even look at me. They're staring past me, at the barn. 9:15 a.m. A footprint that shouldn't be there. A deep, awful feeling settles in my gut. I turn back, slow, look down. There, in the dirt right outside the barn doors. A footprint, not a hoof print. A bare footprint. Deep, fresh, too big to be mine, too wide to be human. I drop the bucket. The clang of metal against the ground makes the cows flinch. But I don't move. I just stare, because the barn doors never opened. That footprint shouldn't be there. 9:20 a.m. The second message. I grab my phone. My hands are shaking. I type out a message to Langley. There's something outside the barn. The reply comes too fast, like he was waiting.
No.
It's inside. 9:30 a.m. Things in the walls. I don't go back to the barn. I can't. Instead, I head inside, locking the door behind me. I sit at the kitchen table, trying to catch my breath. Then a sound, faint, subtle, a scratching noise coming from the far wall. It stops, then shifts, like something moving inside the walls. I stand up slowly, heart hammering. Then the noise stops. The silence is worse. 9:45 a.m. Something knows my name. I sit in the silence, trying to convince myself I imagined it. Then a knock, soft, deliberate, at the back door. I freeze. No one knocks out here. I don't move. Another knock. I grip the edge of the table. Then a voice, low, flat. Let me in. My breath catches in my throat. The voice sounds like mine. 9:50 a.m. The rules we break. I don't answer. I don't move. I just sit there, barely breathing. The silence stretches. Then a slow, dragging sound. Footsteps, moving away, toward the barn. I don't relax, because now I know something worse than before. It doesn't just stay inside the barn. Can leave. 10 a.m. A final text. My phone vibrates. Another text from Langley. It's looking for a way in. A pause. Then, stay out of the barn. Keep your doors locked. If it talks, don't answer. And whatever you do, another vibration. A second message. Don't look in any mirrors. 10:05 a.m. The mirrors. Langley's last text sticks in my head. Don't look in any mirrors. I don't move. Don't even breathe for a second. Because I know what he means. I saw it. Saw myself or something wearing me. In that broken mirror in the barn. And now it's outside, looking for a way in. I stand up, careful, like any sudden movement might call it back. My eyes dart around the room. There are 3 mirrors in the house. The bathroom, the hallway, my bedroom. Too many. I need to cover them. 10:10 a.m. Covering the reflections. I move quick. Grab an old bedsheet. Drape it over the mirror in the hallway first. Then the one in the bedroom. I hesitate at the bathroom door. The mirror above the sink is big. Too big. I reach for the cabinet, then stop. The door is open, just a little. I don't remember leaving it that way. The light above the sink flickers. Something inside me screams not to look, not to meet my own eyes. I shut the door, lock it, walk away. I don't check the mirror. 10:20 a.m. The whispers in the walls. The house settles into silence again. A heavy, suffocating kind, like something is listening. I sit at the table, try to steady my breathing. Then a noise, soft, a whisper, coming from the hallway. Not words, just the sound of them, something mimicking speech. I stare at the covered mirror. The sheet shifts, like something is behind it. I force myself to stand, move toward it, slow. Every step feels like walking deeper into something I won't come back from. I reach for the sheet. It moves again. I freeze. No, not behind it. Inside. Something is inside the mirror, watching, waiting. I grab the sheet, yank it down. The mirror is empty, just my reflection staring back at me. Except the longer I look, the more I feel like it's not actually me. I turn away fast, cover it again. 10:30 a.m. The call that shouldn't have gone through. My phone vibrates, a number I don't recognize. I answer without thinking. Hello, silence. Then, you shouldn't have done that. The voice is my own. I throw the phone down like it burned me. The screen stays on. The call doesn't end. Then my voice laughs, soft, wrong, like it's just figured something out. The screen flickers. The call disconnects. A final text appears. Come outside. 10:45 a.m. Standing in the field. I don't move, don't answer. Then a shadow moves past the kitchen window. Slow, deliberate. I grip the table, heart hammering. Footsteps, soft, crunching over the dirt, heading toward the barn. I peek through the blinds. It's me, or it looks like me, standing in the middle of the field, facing the barn, perfectly still, like it's waiting for me. A long, awful silence stretches between us, then slowly turns its head, looks straight at me, smiles. A slow, deliberate movement, like it's pleased, like it's already won. 11 a.m., the light in the barn. The thing in the field doesn't move, just stands there watching, waiting. Then a light from inside the barn, a faint glow, flickering like a candle. I don't put candles in my barn. I don't put anything in there that makes light. My stomach twists. The thing in the field tilts its head. The barn door creaks open. I feel it before I see it. That slow, creeping wrongness, like something pulling me toward it, calling me. I don't answer. I don't move. I just watch. And the thing in the field watches me. 11:10 a.m., the third message. My phone vibrates again. A text from Langley. It's trying to get you inside. Don't go. I swallow hard. Type back. What happens if I do? No answer. I look up. The light inside the barn flickers. For a second, just a second, I see something move inside. A shape, something tall, something wearing my face. The text comes through. You won't come back. 11:15 a.m. The wrong reflection. I back away from the window. The barn door swings open wider. The shape inside the barn steps forward. I see its eyes now. Not human, not mine. Too deep, too dark, like looking into a hole in the world. Then the thing in the field raises its hand and waves, just like my reflection did. My stomach drops. I turn away fast and come face to face with the hallway mirror. The sheet is on the floor. I see my reflection, but it's not me. It's smiling. I don't even have time to scream before the lights go out. 11:16 a.m. The blackout. Everything goes dark. Not just the room, not just the house. Everything, like something swallowed the light. I stand frozen, my breath sharp in my chest. Somewhere in the silence, I hear the barn door groan open, and a voice, my voice, whispering, low, slow, come outside. The words scrape at my ears. Too close, too real. I back away. Something shifts in the mirror. I don't look. I don't dare. 11:17 a.m. Something in the house. The floorboards creak. Not mine. Something else's. Moving inside the house. Heavy steps. Slow, deliberate. Coming toward me. I press myself against the wall. Fingers curling into the wood. The air is thick, heavy, like something breathing right next to me. Then a whisper. Low. Crawling down my spine. You're already here. The breath in my throat locks tight. I shut my eyes. Hold still. 11:18 a.m. The shadow moves. The darkness shifts. Not light movement, like something bleeding through it. Coming closer. I feel it at my shoulder. The mirror behind me hums. Not a sound. Pressure, like something trying to push through, trying to get out. A flicker. Not light. A shape, standing right next to me. I don't look. 11:19 a.m. The hand on my shoulder. Something touches me. Not skin, not flesh. A weight, like my own shadow pressed against me. I bite down a scream. The whisper comes again. It's better inside. 11:20 a.m. The light returns. Then the light snaps back. The house floods with it. Too bright, too sudden. I stagger forward, gasping. The weight gone. The whisper gone. I whirl around. The mirror is covered again. The barn door is closed. The world looks normal, but it's not, because now I know something was here with me. 11:25 a.m. A text from Langley. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I fumble to grab it. A new message from Langley. It's inside the house now. I feel my stomach drop. I type back fast. How do I get it out? 3 dots. Typing. Then, you don't. 11:30 a.m. The wrong reflection. I turn and stop cold, because I see it. In the reflection of the glass on the kitchen window. Not me. Not human. Tall. Skin pulled too tight. Mouth stretched too wide. Eyes. Black holes where my eyes should be. Watching me. Mimicking me. Like it's been learning. Like it's almost ready. I spin around. Nothing is there. But my reflection is still smiling. It knows something I don't. 11:40 a.m. The unanswered call. I try to call Langley. The phone rings and rings and rings. Then click, but no voice. Just breathing. Heavy. Slow. Like someone standing too close to the receiver. Then a whisper, "Don't turn around." The line goes dead. I don't turn around. I go upstairs. 11:50 a.m. The open door. My bedroom door is open. I didn't leave it that way. The mirror inside is still covered, but I feel it. Something standing right in front of it, waiting for me to pull the sheet away. I back up. The door slams shut. 11:55 a.m. The final warning. One last text. From Langley. Short. Final. You need to leave. I grab my keys. 12 p.m. The last look. I step outside. The barn stands in the distance. Quiet. Still. Like it's waiting for me to come back. The thing inside the mirror is waiting too. And worse, I don't think it wants to stay inside anymore. 12:01 p.m. Leaving the house. I slam the front door behind me. Lock it. Like that means anything. The sun is high, but it doesn't feel right. The air feels thicker. Wrong. Like the light is just a thin layer of something else beneath it. I grip my keys so tight they bite into my palm. My truck is parked by the fence, 20 feet away. That's all. But the ground feels longer somehow. Like the space between here and there has stretched. Like it wants me to turn around. I won't. I move. One step, then another. Halfway there, then a sound. Soft. A footstep. Behind me. 12:03 p.m. The imposter. I stop. The hairs on my neck rise. Another step. Closer. Not running. Not sneaking. Just walking. Like it belongs here. Like it is me. A shadow stretches beside mine. Long. Twisted. Wrong. Shouldn't be there. There's nothing behind me. But the shadow says otherwise. I squeeze my eyes shut. Don't turn around. I know what happens if I do. I know. A whisper right next to my ear. Where are you going? Sounds like me, but it's not. I lunge forward. 12:04 p.m. Getting in the truck. I yank the door open. Throw myself inside. Hands shaking as I jam the key into the ignition. Turn. Nothing. I turn it again. Click. Again. Click. Come on. Another whisper. Just outside the window. You don't need to leave. I don't look. I won't. I slam my fist against the wheel. Turn the key one more time. The engine roars to life. I slam the gas. Tires kick up dirt. The truck lurches forward and stops. The steering wheel won't turn. The pedals don't work. The truck is dead still. Like something is holding it down. Something stronger than the engine. Something stronger than me. I feel the presence outside the window. Waiting. Wanting. I don't dare look at the glass. I already know what I'd see. A reflection that isn't mine. 12:07 p.m. The text that shouldn't exist. My phone vibrates in my pocket. A text from me. I don't have myself saved as a contact. I don't have my number in my phone. But there it is. My name. I open it. You forgot something in the barn. A photo follows. It's my own face. Smiling. I drop the phone like it burned me. The screen stays on. The smile widens. Like it's watching me. Like it's waiting for me to answer. 12:10 p.m. The mirror in the window. I keep my eyes on the road. I won't look at the glass. I won't, but I can feel it. Something inside my reflection. Like a second shadow layered beneath my own. Like something trying to bleed through. A slow, creeping change. My reflection is moving, but I'm not. Not even breathing. I feel it smile. 12:12 p.m. The barn door opens. A noise. A groan. I whip my head toward the field. The barn door is open. Wide. Something stands inside. Waiting. The shape wrong. My size. My face. But not me. It lifts a hand. Waves. Like it's telling me to come back. I grab my phone. Type another text to Langley. What happens if I go inside? The response comes fast. Too fast. You already did. 12:15 p.m. The thing that smiles. I feel my stomach drop. I look at the barn again. It's empty. Nothing inside. Nothing standing there. Like it was never there at all. A breath of cold air slides through the open truck window. Something whispers. Not words. Just the shape of them. Like lips forming a name. My name. Slow. Deliberate. I squeeze my eyes shut. Try to breathe. Another text. From Langley. One word. Run. 12:17 p.m. The wrong movement. I don't hesitate. I throw the door open. Jump out. Run. Toward the road. Away from the truck. Away from the barn. My heartbeat hammers. Lungs burning. The farmhouse looms on my right. I see my reflection in the kitchen window. And it's running the other way. Toward the barn. My legs nearly collapse. It's not me. It's not me. but it looks like me, it moves like me, and it's going where I shouldn't go. I don't stop, I don't slow down, but I feel it, somewhere in the air, somewhere in the glass. Something else is watching me. 12:20 p.m., crossing the property line. The fence comes into view, the road beyond it. I push forward, almost there. Then a whisper, close, right behind me. Wait, I know that voice. It's mine, but it's not. I don't stop, I don't look. I throw myself over the fence, hit the ground hard, scramble up, run. The air shifts, like something peeling away, like something letting me go. I don't slow down, not even when I reach the road, not even when I see Langley's truck coming over the hill. I just keep running, because I know the thing in the barn is still smiling, and next time it won't let me leave. 12:23 p.m., Langley arrives. Langley's truck skids to a stop in front of me. Dust clouds swirl. He throws open the door. I barely make it inside before he's already hitting the gas. Jesus Christ, he mutters. His eyes flick to the rearview mirror, like he expects something to be chasing me. I don't turn around. I won't. I just focus on breathing. 12:25 p.m., the road away. The road stretches ahead. Farmland on either side. Normal, like none of it happened. Langley keeps glancing at me, like he's about to say something, but he doesn't. His hands are tight on the wheel, like he's forcing himself to drive. I don't ask where we're going. Doesn't matter. Just away. Away from the barn. Away from it. 12:30 p.m., the phone call. Langley's phone rings. He glances at the screen. Doesn't answer. Keeps driving. A minute later, a text. I catch a glimpse before he turns it over. It's just my name. Nothing else. He doesn't say anything. Neither do I, because I know it's not from him. 12:40 p.m., the gas station. Langley pulls into a gas station off the highway. The engine hums. For a second, neither of us move. Then he exhales. You okay? I shake my head. He doesn't ask anything else. He just steps out, leaving the truck running, like he doesn't want to turn it off. I stay in my seat, staring at my hands. They don't feel like mine. Not anymore. 12:42 p.m., the bathroom mirror. I need to clear my head. I step out, walk toward the station, past the pumps. Inside, the place smells like old coffee and bleach. A guy at the register barely glances at me. I find the bathroom, step inside. The mirror is cracked, a long, jagged line running through the glass. I hesitate before looking at myself. The fluorescent lights flicker. The reflection does too, like an old VHS tape, like something else is underneath the surface, watching. I don't move, neither does it. Then it smiles. I don't. 12:44 p.m., something follows. I stumble back, knock over the paper towel dispenser. The sound is too loud in the small space. I blink, and the reflection is normal. Shaken, pale, but normal. I grip the sink, try to steady my breathing. A voice from outside. Langley, let's go. I don't argue. I don't look in the mirror again. I just walk out, but I feel it, somewhere behind the glass. Still there. 1:15 p.m., the safe house. Langley doesn't take me to a hospital, doesn't take me home. He takes me somewhere else. A back road, a long dirt path, cabin hidden in the trees. He unlocks the door with a key he shouldn't have. Inside is sparse. A couch, a table, an old radio. Sit, he says.
Isit.
1:20 p.m., the truth. Langley stands by the window, looking out, like he's waiting. Then he speaks. You're not the first. My stomach tightens. I don't say anything, because I already know. He keeps going. That barn, whatever's inside it, it's not just some ghost story. He finally looks at me, serious, tired. It wants to be people. I swallow hard. It copies them? I whisper. Langley shakes his head. No, his voice is low. It replaces them. 1:25 p.m., the list. Langley pulls something from his pocket, a folded piece of paper. He tosses it on the table. Names, dozens of them, some crossed out, some not, some I recognize. People from town, a girl I went to school with, a guy who used to work at the gas station, the old sheriff. My stomach twists. What is this? Langley doesn't answer, because he doesn't have to. 1:30 p.m., the final warning. Langley watches me carefully, like he's checking, making sure it's really me. You left, he says, like that means something, like it's important. I nod. I left. Langley nods too. Then, did it? The air goes cold. A deep, suffocating cold. I feel something shift. Something watching. Not outside. Inside. Inside me. 1:35 p.m. The thing in the reflection. I stand up too fast. My head spins. I move toward the bathroom. Langley doesn't stop me. I flip on the light. Step in front of the mirror. My reflection is there. Pale. Tired. Normal. I exhale. Then it blinks. I don't. I freeze. My heart stops. The reflection tilts its head, like it's figuring something out, like it's realizing something. Then it smiles. 1:36 p.m. The imposter. I stumble back, hit the wall. The light flickers. The reflection stays, still smiling, still watching. I can't breathe. I can't move. I squeeze my eyes shut, try to block it out. But I know. It left the barn, followed me. It's in me now, waiting. Langley calls my name. His voice sounds far away. The reflection tilts its head again, and then it raises its hand, slow, deliberate, and waves, just like it did before, just like it did when it wasn't me. I whisper, no. The smile widens, and then the lights go out. 1:37 p.m. End transmission.